Or they try to.
What in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
You're now listening to Music Impulse with Smilez.
Alright, y'all, it's your boy Smilez. We back for another episode of the Music Impulse. In this episode, I got my guy, Big Papa Skeeter in the building, Skeet Gross, you know, what's all the different AKs you got? Podfather.
El Padrino.
Yep.
Podfather, Dog Walker, Texas Ranger. The Cartier Cowboy. Getty Green Gross, Giggity Getty Green Gross, you know what I'm saying? Skeet Riley, Skeet Belichick, take the air off the boards just so I can flex. I got a bunch of them. The Broad Street Bully, the Broad Street Barbarian, the Broad Street, what was my other? The Broad Street Bandito. Like,
Broad Street. What was the one you used to do like years ago? It was like Bruce Wayne or something.
Black Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Oh, and what's the other one? I like Dark Side Dom Kennedy.
Oh yeah, Dark Side Dom Kennedy. I'm bringing that one back too. I gotta figure it out. I'm not officially coming back to pod. This is special for you, but like I'm not officially coming back to pod until like a couple weeks from now. So I'll see y'all soon. Bye y'all.
But yeah, you know, we had to talk some Big Sean. You know, the new album just came out, Better Me Than You. So I figured, hey, who better to talk about Big Sean and how the folks of Detroit feeling about it was then, you know, get Mr. Detroit himself, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, y'all want to ask no Southfield people what they think?
No, because
give you a better interpretation of what's going on in the city?
No, like, because I feel like I guess according to Big Sean, he's from the city, so I figured I could actually ask somebody from the city. You know, can you confirm that where the parts that he grew up in? I don't know. You know, I'm an outsider. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He a real West Side dude. Like I think he's from 6 Mile, but like he went to school like with all my friends. Like all my friends went to Cass Tech. I think he was like a year older than them or something, but like they all could vouch. Like he was running through the hallways, battle rapping, tearing niggas' heads off. Like,
okay.
He really from the city like that. Like and then as far as the music tip, like he been doing that shit since way back then. So like he's been he's a pure MC. He's a hip hop baby.
Yeah, because I was like, hey, you know, especially everything you've been telling us about in the group chat about, you know, how they feeling about it. I'm like, hey, you know, gotta check with somebody really from Detroit on all this stuff.
It's different. You want to just get into that part now, like just as far as like Sean's like,
yeah,
is standing in the city because like, so the thing about Sean is, man, you like let's be clear. He's one of the best artists to ever come out of the city of Detroit, one, right? So that's automatically. But like the thing about Sean is like he came at a weird time. Like he's basically at this point the Black Eminem, and that's not. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but what I'm saying is the city has like 5 different genres, like to Detroit. It's like sub-genres to the style of music. Like we got the Jay Dilla stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like the conscious, more backpacky vibes, like Slum Village and all of that. The lyrical assassins, like you got like the Eminems, the Royce the 5'9", the Big Seans, you know what I'm saying? And you got like you could do the Motown classics, like that kind of vibe or whatever. Like even though like Motown moves to LA, that's still the Detroit sound because all of that stuff was inspired by and birthed by, you know what I'm saying, the city of Detroit. Motown's Motown. Techno music, all of that. But then you have the street side. You know what I'm saying? The street side of the music. That's the Blade Ice Woods, you know what I'm saying? Doughboy Cash Out, T Grizzly, like all of that. Now, people like T Grizzly, you know what I'm saying? It's like the lyrical side, and then they got the street side, right? So, Eminem came through and put the city on the map. Remember with Trick, Welcome to Detroit, all of this, that, and the third?
Yeah.
Put the city on the map. Okay, that's cool. And it put Detroit on a wide scale or whatever, right? But it didn't highlight the street side of Detroit, right? So then when our generation like comes up, Big Sean is next up. And he was a good bridge and like a connector between that. But even his style of music is his own style of music. Like he's a rapper. He don't do the typical Detroit sound. He can do it, but he don't do the typical, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you hear the Icewear Vezos, you know what I'm saying? Skilla Baby, Sada Baby, like, you know what I'm saying? 4-2 Doug, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like 4-2 Doug.
Yeah, see, but that's what I'm saying. It's different flavors and stuff. So the thing is, Sean has always been like lyrically like on a different level than the rest of his peers, right? See, Royce came up when D12 and Eminem and all these other like dope lyricists that y'all never heard about like was killing it, right? But then we also had the street side of stuff going on, the Blade Icewoods, the Cheddar Boys, you know what I'm saying, Knock Bottom, that type of thing, Big Hurt, you know what I'm saying? Like, so those types of rappers was the ones really pushing the forefront. But,
yeah, because I remember in college, that's all y'all really bigged up with like Blade Icewood and like him passing away. I'm like, oh, who's this dude that like everybody in Detroit just loves?
yeah. Well, he was, for those who like wouldn't know, like we in Houston, so like he would be like DJ Screw, like gets to the bass, somebody who embodied the culture, who like, you know what I'm saying, and was repping it and was like, even if the mainstream didn't recognize him, he was like that nigga in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like in the booth and out the booth, right? So Blade Icewood, if you ask me, just my personal opinion, it's a hot take. Blade Icewood is the reason why people like Jeezy, like his music resonates in the city, because Blade Icewood, he could rap, but he was just talking shit over beats. Dare I say it was the original trap music. You know what I'm saying? I don't take nothing away from Atlanta, but what I'm saying is Detroit is real trap music as far as it's talking about drugs, guns, you know what I'm saying? All the content is trap content, but we shit talking over the beats. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like we talking, you know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of like difference in style and stuff as far as that genre versus the straight up just boom bap lyrical miracle niggas, right? So it's a difference.
Yeah, which I can see how Big Sean can incorporate at least the shit talking, where like he got that. He may not be really rapping on those type of beats and stuff, but like that shit talking, he can get into that bag.
Trust me. When you have like all of those, like what they say, badges, like how they play 2K or whatever, when you check all of those boxes and have that level of like dexterity or whatever, you can turn it off and on and dial it back. Royce does it all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's the true measure of like greatness, being able to go up and switch and transform into different lanes. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing about Sean that's always like made him stand out as an artist. He got so many flows and styles. You know what I'm saying? Always has.
But to get to the album though, first I guess let's get into your personal opinion of the album, and then you can guess also incorporate it with the, I guess, how the feedback that you getting back from the folks that's still there.
You talking about back at home?
Yeah.
Well, it's a mixed bag back at home. Like Sean, I told you like where he stood, like in the ethos of Detroit, like kind of the part that he held. But like it's still to be continued now because rap is ushered into this weird space. We'll get into that. But like Big Sean, the city is hot right now. Culturally, like we finally mainstream to the point where everybody else, instead of dang, I heard it's crazy in Detroit, now they running like, dang, what's Detroit like? Man, Detroit is so cool. Man, y'all Detroit people, man, y'all something else. It's cool. It's popular for Detroit to be cool now. We've always been cool, but for everybody else to catch on, you know what I'm saying? And so I say that to say our street sound is being celebrated, like, which is our true, like, you know what I'm saying, authentic identity as a city. You know what I'm saying? Get money, do fly shit. You know what I'm saying? If you act up, you shut up. You know what I'm saying? It's just the mindset. But it's get money first. That's why we the real trap music. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to hear that. Sean came with the self-empowerment. You know what I'm saying? He came with the self-reflections, and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in a different space in life now. But we heard that on Detroit too. He was alluding to like being in this space.
Yep, that's what I was like. This is just like a better version of that, which Detroit too, I didn't like. It's just like,
Well, see, that's where, like I said, it's Detroit beats and stuff on there. That's where he brought the championship back home on that one. Detroit too, like he got the love and all of that. But he kind of lost a little bit of the people when he went, like, it's like, oh yeah, we made, they still want to party and kick it. He trying to like, all right, we partied and we kicked it. Now let's move on into this next phase. Let's evolve to this next phase. And everybody like, nah, nigga, like,
we still trying to party and kick it.
yeah, like everybody look, boss up and get this money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's. I still think that, and I say it's split because there's still Sean always gonna have fans. The city gonna always support like our own, but people are gonna always ride with Big Sean. Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter what, because they know him. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna support him. I actually liked it. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my favorite like of his projects, but I understand it and like I can relate to like some of like what he's saying. Minus the money part because I don't have that kind of money. But everything else is pretty spot on. But like as far as like the album itself, I feel like he has those different flows and he did a wonderful job of like going and walking us through these emotions and his mental like space of where he's at in life. I didn't necessarily get a cohesive message from this, or like a cohesive like theme. Other than it's just self-help, you know what I'm saying? And each like I say that like sonically, it didn't like flow from one song to another. Like it just like it's like a playlist to me.
Yeah, because I know, like I said, I was telling you on the group chat, it may not be one of my maybe top favorite albums of the year, but it's like again, as where I'm at in life, I'm like, oh, okay, I can rock with this, I can vibe with this, because that's exactly what he's talking about. Again, like you said, like self-help, trying to better your life and all that.
I got another hot take. This is along the same lines as Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It's not as dense. Like it's more digestible. This is a more digestible Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers as far as trajectory and where they at in their careers and like man on the other side of the mountain. That's what this album is. Like this is what happens when you fight for your dreams, you accomplish your dreams. And then after you win, you got to deal with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to deal with everything else that you kind of pushed to the side before you got there. You know what I mean? So like that's what it is. It's a different space because like, oh shit, I won, but it don't feel like how you thought it was gonna feel.
Yep, you like, but I'm still not happy.
Exactly. Man, that's the part like that he was tackling on this album where it's like, and you know, coming from the city, like it's just in us. Like you sacrifice so early. And you gotta fight for your dreams no matter what, and that shit becomes exhausting, right? But then you tell yourself, okay, well when I get there, like when I get to that point, like oh, it's you know what I'm saying, it's great, and then you get there and you be like, shit, well I don't feel nothing, like you know what I'm saying, it's crazy. I felt like he articulated that like even through the different dimensions, you could tell like it's a lot of reflections on his family, his family dynamic, because we know that they, you know what I'm saying, are a big proponent, big inspiration to him. We see the evolution in the fatherhood, which I think is dope. A lot of content centered on that going forward. And you know what I'm saying, just talking about like I heard a lot of like awareness, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times like we know social awareness, but you gotta have self-awareness too. And you need both so you can understand where you fit just like in the scheme of things that's going on around you, bro. Like
yeah, there's definitely a lot of self-awareness on this album. Him just again, like you said, just speaking on, hey, I made it, but I'm just still not happy, and niggas sitting there like even just with the intro, with like, hey, people say you don't come to the city more, you don't rock with the city more. Hey man, can I borrow some money? Hey man, I'm trying to do this. Can you send me some money? Hey, I'm trying to do this. And he like, nigga, I'm like in a relationship and I got a kid now. Like I can't just support y'all like y'all really want me to like that.
That's life though, because again, when you win the championship, you think like, oh, I'm about to just be this benevolent king. I'm about to look out for everybody. Everybody eats, and then you get and you realize that don't nobody give a fuck for real. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody cares, and you sacrifice it because you want everybody to win. They don't care. They just want what's theirs. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Or you can't do it no more. All right, I want to the next thing. You feel me? And like with Sean's whole thing, like I told you, he ushered in a wave. Like he had Finally Famous, like he had other artists that he was rocking with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff was moving there. And then for people to turn their back on him, you know what I'm saying? Like industry wise. But the shit with Kanye that he had to go through, like, you know what I'm saying? That's tough. But my point is, like, people gonna say some shit one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Whether you winning or losing. Like when he was at his peak, we was judging, oh, well, you know, that don't really sound like Detroit. Oh, he too lyrical. When they started talking about Mount Rushmores and stuff, you were, man, you ain't about to put Big Sean up in there. He heard all of that, but he sacrificed it. He building shit. He, you know what I'm saying, building movie theaters, building community centers. And y'all ungrateful motherfuckers gonna treat him like this? I'm part of the ungrateful motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Just call it what it is. I ain't call it. Look, if I'm gonna call y'all out, I'm gonna call me out too. Like, I be skeptical sometimes.
Hey, we all are. We all are. You got any favorite tracks off the project though?
I got a few. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up this list. I liked Break the Cycle.
Yeah, Break the Cycle was on my list with Charlie Wilson.
I feel like that's where we all kind of are in life. You know what I'm saying? When you cross over to that other side, now it's like, all right, I succeeded. Here's what you do. I asked the question earlier, like, what do you do when you accomplish your dreams and you realize, oh shit, I ain't happy? Okay, what you do is you learn how to be happy, and then from there you teach other people how to get theirs, because you've already gotten yours, and you know you can get yours on your own. So then you teach everybody else how to get theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And look out for like your loved ones and you know what I'm saying, people who might have helped you get to that point. But I had Break the Cycle. I liked Who You Are. I thought that one was cool.
Mm-hmm.
This and That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Kodak, and I like Million Pieces. Million Pieces probably was my favorite one.
Yep, like I was like, I had that one on there, Million Pieces. I had Boundaries.
Boundaries was good too.
Superstar with the Dream, you know, using the Usher sample of the Superstar track. So I said, yeah, Superstar, Precision, Boundaries, Apologize, and Break the Cycle.
Did you like the joint with Gunna?
Yes, I did like the Gunna joint. I was like, okay, Gunna was like, hey, I'm still getting features.
Yeah, like, and it was fire. So, like that one. That one was cool. I like the look, like the. I'm always, and that's why I say I take back what I said about it not being cohesive. It was cohesive, but like I'm saying, like it wasn't like a story to follow along to. It was like, this is just me expressing my feelings. But then in the in between, I like to
those little skits, yeah, the little.
I like those, like, cause that's what old rap used to have. But even then, when you telling a story, that's how you help paint those little touches to like accentuate the story and all that. Like how they say in marketing, like it makes it pop. Feel me? Like for me, that's what I look for. Like that make it funny.
But also another, again, main reason why I want to have you on the podcast, because especially with the theme and everything, you've been going into therapy this year, and
I'm on a mental health media run.
So I definitely wanted to get into just, you ain't got to get super into it, you know, as much as you want to, but I guess how's it been for you with your own, like, mental health journey, especially this year?
This shit been dope. It's been dope, man. Cause like I said, that's why I was alluding to that. Like when you get to a certain point, and it's like you get there, but then like this shit is like the best that it's ever been. And then you sit up there like, well, I don't feel nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you too desensitized to a lot of things or whatever. So and then you know what I'm saying, part of that was having my daughter. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's 3 now, and so like being able to try to be there for her emotionally. Like I'm here, you know what I'm saying, doing my job as a father and all that. But like if I can't feel, how can I, like, you know what I'm saying, give empathy and compassion and be patient, and like I can't do none of those things. So that was the one thing. And then 2, just like being in a weird creative space, you know what I'm saying, where like it's one of those things where everything I've been fighting for, and then like you finally get a chance to see it, and you be like, this is it.
Yeah.
And it's, all right, now I got to figure out how to, like, it took me forever to get to this point. How do I stay here? And instead of trying to like kick it into another gear and like and burn the engine up, I was just like, all right, I know what I got to do. I'll be back. And I just took a break. You feel me? I've been on a couple episodes. How many? We did a few.
Yeah, we done like, I think like 3 or 4 or something like that.
Yeah, and I just was like, all right, you know what? Yeah. The game of catch, and kind of like Sean, like I said with the music situation, Sean is ahead of the curve because everybody is happy that the city is turned right now, right? In it, right? But he done been turned for so long that like he ahead of the game. Like I told you, the man on the other side of the mountain. So when you're on the other side of the mountain, you trying to figure out what's next. You know what I'm saying? When you get to that point, like with podcasting, I told you. Our offline conversation. I sprinkle game on the thing, but tell the truth, Smilez. And again, if I'm wrong, you can say, nah, this didn't happen, this, that. A lot of stuff be happening, and I say that it happened before it even happened. Like I'm not talking like I said it. I'm like, watch this. In a couple months, this is about to happen. Or like, it's doing this, but watch when the shift happened with X, Y, and the third. Now, part of this is,
even with like all these deals and stuff with these podcasts, you've been called it like, hey, sooner or later.
I do my research, one, and I still have friends in the industry and all that. Y'all gotta remember, like, I'm not a wannabe. Like, I was in the vestibule of the industry. I got in the door just a little bit, like, to understand what the fuck was going on, and then I kicked myself. But you know, but like, I know what I'm talking about, and I know how to like see it. And I understand everybody don't have vision like that, but it's like, all right, well, if that's this, then instead of trying to keep up pace, it's better to just kind of pull back and plan for where it's about to hit. Like, how do you hit a moving target? You hit where it's about to be at. So like, and then we could just like get ahead of the curve instead of trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everybody trying to keep up with you, then you get bored because everybody done caught up to you now. You're not really challenging yourself or pushing yourself, or you go so far into the future that you not, you know what I'm saying? That you just you out of touch with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot. It's a lot to that, but like as it relates to the art and all that, that's what I saw like with Sean and this album, where it's like we are in a culture now where like the rap music, it was always turn up, but now niggas is getting older now. You see all of the like the top rappers done got families and got kids, and like I'm talking about like
and that's what I've been vibing with more from a lot of these artists. Is like, yo, I want to hear like your life, I want to hear about your struggles, because I'm doing it too.
Like and like I said, we heard they struggles when they was on the come up. Mm-hmm. When they was on the come up, they told us everything. Then they got it popping and started making all the industry songs, this and that, and how hard it is in the industry. Now we get to see what's it like when you finally say like, all right, let me just, you know what I'm saying, focus on what I'm really supposed to focus on. That's what we want to hear. So I feel like this, and even that record that Kendrick just dropped a couple days ago, is gonna shift us into a different type of hip hop again. Like, honest, that's my hot take. That what Free called me, Negro Damas?
Yep, Negro Damas.
We're gonna shift into the fatherhood content, the married content. Like, we all are like trying to get to that point, and all this running around shooting and drilling and killing, we still gonna vibe to it, but it's not gonna be the, you know what I'm saying?
Because that even reminds me, I was, you know, talking with my lady about just different podcasts I listen to, and I was just like, yeah, lately I've been on the podcasts that really give me some conscience. I like my guys Dormtainment for their high frequency podcast, because they talk about, you know, business and life and stuff. Like the most recent one I listened to, they were just talking about how desexualizing your mind can help a man focus on his business. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna give up watching porn and all that stuff, because it was like they were talking about, like, you know, you gotta take that energy and focus on something else. Like, because you know, they're like, a lot of times you just chasing that high. Once you get that endorphin hit, then you like, all right, now I'm like, they're like, no, like, focus, like getting rid of that and start focusing that energy on like getting
your mind, bro. If you could unlock your mind and lock in, you could do a whole lot of shit.
And then I was like, yeah, I listened to like the Pivot podcast. I was like, yeah, like even like with Joe, but I was like, I've maybe listened to like maybe one or two in the last few months, just because I was like, I get
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Neezy here. I wanted to make sure that y'all go and get your Naturally Nay Instant Moisture Duo. That's right, you know this Instant Moisture Duo can be used on braids, locks, twists, beards, and all of your natural hair. The moisturizer is all natural ingredients. One of our key ingredients, aloe vera. You know, aloe vera is really great for your scalp. And our oil blend is a mixture of the best oils that you can use to promote hair growth and give your hair a good shine and overall just a natural glow. So you're getting two amazing products. Make sure you go to inaudibleruckus.com/naturallynay. And also you can follow us on Instagram at naturally_nay, NAEE.
tired of the same old bullshit and crap and arguing and then dealing with that. Is like, I don't care about listening to none of that stuff no more.
Well, and so like for me, even when I reapproach podcasting, bro, like I got into this to have progressive conversations. When you doing that and like we arguing over like each other's preferences and stuff, that's reductive and we not getting nowhere. And I only say that because yes, you can state your preference, but how old are you, Smilez?
I'll be 36 actually on Sunday from here.
Okay, I'm 36 too, right? So you like what you like and I like what I like, okay? For me to try to argue with you and convince you, like, you've already made up your mind. You understand? I'm not trying to change your mind. Now, if you are interested and you like, hey man, you have some artists that you recommend, I'm looking for some new artists to listen to, or vice versa, then cool. But if ain't nobody act like, there's no need to argue that. And I feel like people have turned it into a sport to like make it cool. But now, and I say this because even scrolling online, bro, we see the same memes over and over again. It's stuff that I vividly remember from like 2015, 2016, and it popped back up on the algorithm, and people start, and instead of being like, dang, we saw this all the time, people treat it like it's brand new, bro. And then they just be up and down the thing arguing all day.
Because
Like that's annoying. It's annoying, especially when like it's money out here, bro. Like that's really what's going on. Like there's so much money out here, and what we arguing about, bro?
the same old thing. Like, for example, like I mentioned earlier in the group chat, like me liking the Denzel Curry album. I was like, I like Denzel Curry. I was like, but I'm not about to waste my time trying to, hey, y'all should listen. Like, hey, if y'all hear it, or y'all getting shit. Like, I'm not about to take my time. Like, hey, check this out. Listen to this. Hey.
Like, oh, you don't like this? I don't know what y'all niggas like. I know what I'm listening for when I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? When I'm listening to music. So that's what I'm just saying, like, bro. And then the other thing about podcasting, I was cracking a joke. You know what I'm saying? You know, we OG podcasters. So like, when you used to tell people you had a podcast back then, they was either, what the hell is a podcast? Or they be like, or they hit you with the, oh, you have a podcast? Okay, what you talk about? And then you be like, oh, sports, current events. Now, you be like, oh, I got a podcast. I'm like, oh, you got a podcast? What you be talking about on your podcast? You one of those chauvinists that hate women, nigga? like, because people done messed it up. They done messed up the game to the point now where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a bunch of dudes that don't get no pussy. They get online and bash women. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, but they the ones that's popping. Like, how are y'all wasting y'all time giving them thousands of views and listens and stuff, and they ain't talking about nothing.
And so I was like, I can't compete with this. I said that. I can't compete with this. I said, I'm gonna take a break. I'll come back when things kind of settle down and stuff. And I say compete, right? Because when we launched the Anotherverse, we was like so close to like getting the you know what I'm saying? Like getting the 10,000 per week thing that we was like, bro, we were so fucking close. And then it just throttled down from there. And it was like, all right, well, trying to continue to like increase from like, we're not gonna be able to sustain this. But we'll figure it out. So I was trying to figure the stuff out. But then when all of this stuff started happening, it's like, oh, well, now the shift is to YouTube. It's like, all right, well, I need to figure out how that's going to land first. I still don't have time to keep arguing with people about the 50 top greatest basketball players from 1972. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time for none of that. So for me, it was like, all right, well, I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to travel. You know what I'm saying? I was in 2 weddings. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you need a best man. You know what I'm saying? Best man services. You know what I'm saying? I'm charging like $1,000. You know what I'm saying? I show up, crack a couple jokes, tell everybody, we come up with a cool story how we met. You know what I'm saying? For $1,500. You know what I'm saying? I'll stay and help clean up. You know what I'm saying?
I actually had somebody when they was when I was talking about my wedding. They was like, oh, who's gonna be your best man? Is it gonna be Low? I was like, wow. I was like, that's interesting. I was like, that'd be a close one. I was like, yeah. I was like, if I was gonna have one, I was like, of course it'd be Smitty.
Right. That's why I laugh. Cause I love you. You my dog. But like you got niggas that like, you know what I'm saying? You done went all the way through the fire with Smitty, E-Ray. Like, what's the name of y'all group?
Oh, the Goonies.
Yeah. See, y'all got y'all little squad and stuff. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna pick one of them. Like I'm not. I don't know if you like that, nigga.
Yeah, but then I thought about it. I was like, oh, she doesn't know Smitty. She just knows I do the podcast with you, like every week. So she's like, oh, I just know you always talk about this Low guy. So I was like,
yeah, good. Look, nigga, you better be saying good stuff about me, man.
Oh yeah,
man, this nigga Low sucks.
But yeah, she. So when she said it, I was like, no. She was like, yes. She's like, I've heard you mention Smitty, but you don't talk about him as much as you talk about Low. I was like, oh well, because she used to be involved with when I did the podcast with the other 2 guys.
See that, Smitty? I'm his new best friend.
Hey, I put y'all down for my references for all my jobs.
I can be the best man. No, I'm playing. Right, what was the question? Like, I went off on a tangent.
I don't even remember. But we mentioned Kendrick Lamar, got a new joint out. Just, some quick thoughts. How you feel? How do you feel about him, being the Super Bowl performer for next year's Super Bowl? How you feeling about all that?
Wait, what you want to know? You want my thoughts on the album? I mean, not the album, but like the track he just dropped or the Super Bowl shit?
We're gonna do both.
Okay, which one do you want me
Super
to
Bowl. Super Bowl announcement. How are you feeling about him going to do the Super Bowl in New Orleans?
I'm disappointed for real. Just because, like I said, I understand where he is in the industry right now, and it is his moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like culturally, the Super Bowl, in an effort to like bridge the gap with our community,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta have a post, like a real post. Not y'all going for what y'all want and not what we the people, black people, want. You feel me? And I understand these types of relationships, like when you have these types of deals or whatever, there's some compromise on both sides. But I think, you know what I'm saying? I'm disappointed that it's not Lil Wayne or like Master P or something. You know what I'm saying? Because
especially because they just made Master P like the ambassador for the Super Bowl like a couple weeks ago.
that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's his. Well, honestly, that's his contribution. It's like, all right, we did that, so we don't have to do this. Like, that's all right. Get the fuck out of here, P. And he happy with that. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
cool. Like Lil Wayne, I understand both sides, but I just think that that's a miss. You should still put him in that spot. You know what I'm saying? And I know that everybody doesn't have to perform in the city that they're from. However, it's been a change. Like since Jay-Z has been in charge, since we've been having these black acts, it's been a change. So it's only right to keep going with that. That's the new precedent that have been set. So I was expecting for it to be a New Orleans person. Now, not necessarily the Hot Boys, but like Lil Wayne by himself. I understand the world wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, get the Hot Boys. But Lil Wayne by himself and his diverse, you know what I'm saying, like catalog, rock records, pop records, you know what I'm saying, rap records, real rap records, like he can do that. If we're talking about embodying the city, you feel me? So that's my thoughts on that. Like I really think that they should have had Lil Wayne. I like Kendrick, no disrespect to Kendrick, but just culturally, like if you want to continue to bridge this gap, which was the purpose of this deal, this sponsorship deal with Roc Nation was to bring relevant artists, you know, from our culture and give them that mainstream light in partnering with the NFL. That's what it was for. So the only other thing they can do, because this happens too, you know how they do like a little performance, but it's like a tape performance that they play like as commercials or something.
Yeah.
Having him do like the pregame concert or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like have him do like, all right, before the Super Bowl kicks off, Lil Wayne, not unfortunately like the opening act, but at least it's like it gets you hyped before the game.
Mm-hmm. And like I know at first I was on the other end until I saw the little snippet clip or whatever of him doing YG's podcast. I don't know why YG has a podcast. He probably ain't did an episode since that episode. Nigga can't even promote his own projects. He was asked on the podcast, because I saw that the episode came out like a few months ago, where they literally asked him like, hey, would you want to go to the Super Bowl? And he like literally took his glasses off, was like, nigga, what? Of course I want to do the Super Bowl. So when I saw that, because at first I was like, do we know if like he even wants to do it or if he was even reached out to it? I was like, oh, now that I see this, and he literally verbally said, no, I want to do that. Like that's like one of the things on my checklist that I want to do. I was like, oh damn, that's fucked up.
But see, it was the other. So the people who I've saw like who was like, well, nah, Wayne shouldn't do it. Some of they backing was like, you know, his most recent performances was not that good. Like he don't have the stamina like as an artist.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
They say he be forgetting his lines. You know what I'm saying? He don't move around as much. Like, and again, it's no knock to him. He's a great artist and all that. But like for the Super Bowl, shy of Rihanna, because Rihanna didn't do nothing but stand in that little square and kind of rock back and forth.
Right.
But like shy of that, like Wayne, can you put on a full 30-minute performance?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially have like do all like make outfit changes and here get from this spot to this spot, and you know having all these performers around you and all that. Yeah, I see how that goes into it too. And plus, I heard, I guess once the committee, the NFL committee, the Roc Nation committee, or whoever that all the powers that be come up with it, like they list of artists, they said it's actually the host city that makes the final decision. So
So New Orleans said, nah, nigga, you know.
that's what they saying. They're like, so I was like, oh, if the host city is the one that get the final decision, it's like folks, y'all need to be mad at y'all people that's running the city, because I'm thinking like, is it maybe they just didn't want that, I guess, the type of crowd that, you know, Lil Wayne would bring to be like, I guess, associated.
But hold on, what's his type of crowd? His crowd ain't just dudes from the hood.
I think that's. I mean, I think that's what the city thinks. Like, they probably thinking like, oh no.
As much money as he done probably put in to helping rebuild New Orleans, the city still think that of him.
I hope not.
I'm just. And let's give Wayne his flowers too, because Wayne did. Everybody rocking the locks, and face tattoos, blonde,
All the niggas who
all that stuff.
running rapper, all history, from Uzi to Young Thug, yeah, the Rockstar lifestyle and all
All the
that.
chains and all of that stuff. Lil Wayne. Like, you got to give him that credit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like it was a miss. Now, Kendrick can still make this right. I don't know. Now, this is where it gets tricky. This is where it gets tricky. Because we understand the whole Drake, young Cash Money, Young Money, da. Kendrick could, like, this is if they care. For the culture, Kendrick, they got a song, an old song.
On one of Wayne's projects. Yeah.
They can cut a new song and have it ready, and then by the time it's like, you know what I'm saying, drop it in like January or something, it's circulating, and then they perform it as part of, like, he bring Wayne on towards the end of his set or something.
People already been talking about Wayne recently, because I think like the Weeknd like posted a picture of him, I guess, them in the studio, and then it was like somebody else that don't fuck with Drake was like posted something like of them and Wayne together. So it was like, hey.
So you don't think Wayne is fucking with Drake right now?
Oh no, he does. I just think Wayne be like, nigga, I don't pay attention to none of that shit. I just do my thing.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I just think because even with Kendrick dropping this latest song, like, it's possible. Like, I don't think it was a diss, but they said like the beef could heat back up again, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily see the beef heat. I could be wrong on this. I don't see the beef heating back up. But again, like we was talking about with the Big Sean record, I feel like Kendrick, and I said this in the group chat, I feel like Kendrick is about to for real try to save rap this time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he realized, like, nah, you know what? He won the fight, but then he was like, you know what? I got to burn all of this down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I beat Dog up, but, like, now I got to go back and so that nobody can do this. Because, like I said, you got artists like him. I'm talking about Kendrick. Him, Sean, J. Cole. Like, they all getting married and having kids and you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. Okay? Only people like Drake and Future is running around out here competing over the models and the porn stars and you know what I'm saying, and the video vixens, and who can smash who while having the most kids and not, you know what I'm saying?
Like, too busy trying to be at the party and have it lit and all that. It's like, yeah, I ain't trying to do all that like that no more.
That's why he said, let the party die. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where we at with it now. And so as we see more of Big Sean dropping his type of stuff, Kendrick dropping his stuff, where they telling you what happens when the party done. You know what I'm saying? like when it's over. When it's all said and done, like okay, when you sitting up there left with, like, yeah, that felt good, but I don't feel nothing no more.
Hey,
What
that
does it do to the kids?
actually kind of remind me of a conversation you had with me, you know, on my whole dating thing. And he was like, hey, you can keep being out here in these streets week in and week out and all that, but what about when it comes to, like, who you gonna come home to and, like, who gonna, them values and all that? And I was like,
Okay, well, you brought it up, but when I normally say that to people, they're like, hey, here you go with that married shit, Lo, shut up. And I'll be like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get it. I can't. It works. I'm just trying to tell you, man, it get, like, it's only going to continue to like, de-evolve. So, like, I do feel like it's about to be a shift, and I feel like whether or not it results in another round of, like, diss tracks back and forth, because remember, Kendrick's in the middle of a rollout, too. That's why I said the Super Bowl thing it's like to solidify, like, you know what I'm saying, his run, so to speak. Like, this is his full-fledged, like, run. He ain't never had no real, like, all right, I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? Undisputedly. He's about to, like, take his victory lap.
yeah, and I will say, from one of the episodes I did hear recently from Joe, I saw a little clip. He was like, hey, I have some insight. He was like, my man, he's like, the Grammys is also around that time. He's like, I can't say much, but he's like, all I know is, like, This is all a rollout. He was like,
Yeah.
he's like, with the Grammys also being around February, he's like, all I'm knowing, I'm just saying, Kendrick was working some stuff around, he's like, where he really makes some noise around that time.
It's about time though. You know what I'm saying? And I'll even take it back. When the beef jumped off, I was like, look, I want Kendrick to win, but I got Drake because I feel like Drake had all the moves. Okay, Kendrick showed me something I ain't seen before, and I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, good. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what we want. You know what I'm saying? I thought he should have came out swinging with Not Like Us, but he walked him down. And that's his style, though. I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those, all right, nah, you not the best. I am. And it was like, prove it. And he did. Right? But again, it's like boxing. It's like wrestling. It's like anything. It's like the Super Bowl, ironically enough. You got to still defend your title, man. You got to run that back. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes the beef never go. You got 50 Cent and Ja Rule still dissing each other.
Right.
50 years later. Now that was something different, you feel me? But like all the other rap beefs, man, like
That's one guy I would never want to beef with is 50 Cent.
nah. Well, it depends. If you new to the beef, then he gonna be all over you. If you old to the beef, he just gonna crack one or two jokes and then leave you alone again. You know what I'm saying? Like he not gonna keep cracking on Rick Ross all week. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll jab him and then go back to doing what he's doing. Like, but if you knew or like if you owe him money or something, he'll go.
Yeah, it's like he been at Dame Dash every day for like the last 2 weeks.
Well, Dame asked for it.
Yeah, he did ask for it, but it's just like, cause I saw like when he was on some like Drew Barrymore show, he was like hanging out with my friend Drew Barrymore. He's like, you don't even get asked to come on these type of platforms, dummy.
But here's the thing, no, Dame knows what he's doing. That's his rollout too. Everybody knows that. You can say that we know that he's a bully, but we know that if you mess with him, he gonna give you the time of day. You may look bad for it, but the publicity you get for whatever it is that you're working on, it's only gonna work. That's why people still be like calling him. They know they gotta say his name because if you wanted to, you could just ignore the person and not. You know what I'm saying? But they gotta say his name because by doing that, it throws them. It's gonna keep them in the algorithm, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, cause now
businessmen, so you know they like it.
Cause he probably like, oh, now people are looking into my app. People are looking into my movie. I didn't even know he had an app or a movie.
They're not. Okay.
You know the not us but
ask them, but they're not looking for it.
Yeah. Cause I saw it, I was like, oh, he got a movie. I was like, and he got Kanye West and Cameron on the front. I don't even hear Cameron talk about this.
So the thing with Dame Dash, and you always got to respect Dame's like his place in hip hop and just in the business world, how he's able to do stuff, right? But like Dame Dash, like just be serious. Something like his movies, like they're good. His movies are good, right? But like it's way too much narration like at the end of the movie. Like here's the thing, and we do this as black like show writers and all of that stuff, like our black shows. We be adding too many characters and don't really be going deep on none of them, right? Like you gotta be able to like have a story and like go deep with the characters. Black people just keep adding on and on and on. The thing about Dame Dash is his movies, like the movie only got 20 minutes left and they introduce a new character and he, as the narrator, has to explain to you, oh, this is so-and-so's cousin back in the day. They used to call him son. And you be like, but I still want to know what happened to the other people that you cut away to. Like, you know what I'm saying? It showed the main character, then it showed two people in the warehouse exchanging a backpack. And we got here, now we at the park. It was like, who are those niggas? But it's only 20 minutes left, and then somebody gets shot, and then it's just like non-honorable, or whatever the name of his movie was. I watched a couple of them because I'm like, oh yeah,
nah.
I just was like, nah.
Yeah, nah. I'm cool.
He had a movie called Prince of Detroit.
Oh, I did see that.
I watched a little bit of it, and I was just, I'm cool on this. This is not, but okay, think about it. He launched it around the same time BMF was running.
Okay.
BMF is about like two hustlers coming up to the city of Detroit. Okay, remember what I said at the beginning? All of this is coming back full circle, right? Remember what I said at the beginning of the pod? It's cool. Detroit culture is cool now. It's cool to be from Detroit. People are trying to capitalize off of it. 50 Cent was doing it, so Dame's like, oh, he's smart. Yeah, he's smart. I'll do it too. But who the fuck is this new nigga that you just introduced right before the end credit? Like you ain't Marvel. Like, we not staying till the end credits. Like, it's about to be a sequel to this shit, bro. Like, we get it. He shot him back. He sold some dope. The end, right? We get it.
Right.
Paid in full over and over again, just changing it. That's like, bro, we seen paid in full, bro. Like, we got it. It's not gonna never.
This is paid in full, the Detroit edition.
That's basically what it is. It's like when the game did Belly too. That's a whole other topic. Continue.
Yeah. That's a funny story. The one and only time I've seen that. Funny story. I'm gonna tell you after we get done recording.
I watched that shit twice. Really 3 times, because one time I was bored and I had nothing to do, and I was the only shit on. Like, so I probably see that movie more times than I should have, and it's the worst every single time I watch it.
Yeah.
And I'll probably watch it again this weekend just for the for S's and G's.
All right. I'm gonna tell you as soon as we get done recording. In fact, yeah, we can wrap it up about now. Let the folks know where they can follow you and all that.
Yeah, man, you can follow me on Instagram at Skeet Gross. You can also follow the main podcast page in Audible Ruckus _podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's where you can find all the content. Make sure you check out Music Impulse, Blurs in the Trap, and Audible Ruckus, and the Skeeters will be coming back soon. You know what I'm saying? But check out the Inaudiverse. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? YouTube. We on there. And then everywhere where podcasting is. It's an Audible Ruckus, man.
Yeah, and it's your boy Smilez. I'm here with my guy Skeet Gross, and we out.